Hi everybody, I'm back. And today I'm going to show you all how to make sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Here's what you will need. You will need just a few ingredients. You will need Bob Evans. Breakfast sausage is what I like to use. I like to use the original pork sausage. You will need biscuits, okay? And I like to use buttermilk biscuits. Now, if you all want to use homemade biscuits, check out my video for my homemade biscuits, okay? I have a video for how to make them. You can make those biscuits if you like. You will need some milk. You will need some heavy cream as well. We're going to need sea salt, cracked black pepper, garlic powder, and we just might use some of this chicken powder. After I give my gravy a taste, and if I feel like it needs a little bit more taste, we'll put some of this chicken powder in. Okay, you will need flour and oil as well. And of course, you all that know me, you know I'm going to put some parsley in there. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, I have two pans over here on the stove. All right. This one here is the one that we're going to use, and we're going to go ahead and start cooking our sausage. Okay, so I'm going to cut these Bob Evans sausage open. You don't have to use the Bob Evans name brand. I just prefer to use it because I absolutely love the taste of Bob Evans. Okay, and I'm just going to squeeze the whole tube of the sausage out. Just like so. Make sure that you have your oven preheated to 350 degrees if you're making the Grand's biscuits like I'm using. All right, and what you want to do with the sausage, I have about a tablespoon of oil in my pan. Okay, you want to go ahead and chop your meat up just like this because we don't want any huge pieces, okay? We don't want meatballs in our sausage gravy. We want little tiny pieces of sausage. All right, so we're just going to let this go until it gets nice and golden brown. And I tell you what, as soon as this sausage hits the pan, it smells so good. This is by far my favorite breakfast sausage to use. Absolutely it is. Now, I want you all to let me know in the comment section if the lighting here is too dark. My light that's overhead of the stove blew out, and I need to put another light bulb in. I just might do that when I put the video on pause. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just chopping up this beautiful meat. It's going to start to get nice and golden brown. All right. So we can just let it go for a while, and once it starts to brown up, we'll go back to chopping it up. Okay? And then you want to grab something. If you're using a baking dish, I like to use this platter. And we're going to come over this way, and we're going to open up our Grand's biscuits, get them onto our platter, and get them in the oven. Okay? When you're making Grand's biscuits, you do not have to oil your pan. Okay? These have a shortening or a butter source in them, which will cause them not to stick to your pan. All right? So then, you just open them and separate them if you've never used these before, and set them on whatever platter you're going to use or baking dish. Okay, just like so. Let me come down a little bit so you all can get a good picture on this. Absolutely. Who doesn't love sausage, gravy, and biscuits? I know I do, especially on the weekend. My goodness, it's the best breakfast, right? Absolutely it is. Hoo-wee. Now I'm getting excited. Okay. So I have two more biscuits, and I'm just going to put them in here just like so. I'm just going to make them fit, because if they stick together during the cooking process, it's okay because you can just pull them apart very easily. Okay, I need to wait until my oven is 350 degrees, and then we'll put these in just like so. Let's take a nice peek in over at our beautiful sausage that smells so delectable. Boy, that sausage smells good. I'm just going to go in, chop it up just like so. Oh yeah, baby. And this gravy, you all will not believe how easy this gravy is. And the flavor, my goodness, the flavor of this gravy is outstanding. I mean, it's the kind where when you're done with your plate, you're going to want to take your finger. Hey, you'll be taking your finger like this and licking it and taking it and licking it. That's how good this gravy is. And I'm going to show you just that. All right? I'm just chopping up just like so. I'm going to put these biscuits in the oven. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Once our sausage gets nice and brown, I'll be back. Now today, I might have a little bit of sunlight coming in. I have the Just Like So sweatshirt on. Let's see if I can get a good picture in. And now, if you're reading this, it could be backwards. The letters could look backwards to you because when I'm using my camera, I like to use my camera in such a way where I can actually see myself. Okay, so if the words are backwards, hey, don't worry about it. It's not backwards on the shirt, okay? So let me show you. Let's see if I can get a good picture. This is the Just Like So sweatshirt, all right? And then on the back, let's see if I move my hair. There's the In the Kitchen with Gina Young. And there's new merch out. There's new merch. I've changed it all up. The new merch, it looks better. It's very nice, crisp, and clean. And the In the Kitchen with Gina Young, the logo is totally different. And it's bigger, okay? And it hangs a little bit lower than the hood. Okay, so this is what one of the sweatshirts look like. I try to wear one every day. I just wanted to show you all. Okay, everybody, I was able to put another light bulb in my overhead. I don't know if that's called a range hood. I believe that's what it's called, but I put another light bulb in. I don't know how long that other light bulb has been up there, but I guess it was time to change it. Okay, so I'm getting my sausage nice and chopped up. All right, and what I'm going to do when I make the gravy, I'm going to take the meat out. I'm going to take the meat out of the pan, and I'm going to use that oil that's in there to start our beautiful gravy. That oil right there that this sausage has let off has so much flavor in it, okay? Absolutely it does. Now, if you're cooking for a larger family, it's actually going to be 4 of us that eats this right now for lunch, okay? But if you're cooking for a larger family, just get you maybe 2 of the biscuits, 2 containers of the biscuits, and get 2 rolls of your sausage, and just double it. Now, you all might say, but Gina, how much milk and how much cream? Well, I'm going to show you all. Okay, because it's kind of a situation where we're just going to be eyeballing it, okay? We're going to eyeball how much we put in. It's never a measurement when you're making gravy, okay? But what you do is you do equal parts fat and equal parts of your liquid, okay? And your fat would be either the butter and or the oil, or butter and oil. All right, so our sausage is actually done. Now don't worry if you have a little bit of pink sausage in there. Do you want to know why? The reason why is we're going to recook this again, because we're going to put this into our beautiful gravy and recook it, okay? And so we're going to go ahead and take this out and put this into a nice bowl. I'm going to do just that right now, and then I'm going to come back and show you all how to make our gravy. Now, here's what we have. Here's our pan. Excuse me. And this pan has a little bit of those brown bits from our sausage in there. You want to leave that in there. That's called fond. And that fond has so much flavor. But what we need to do is add some more oil. Okay? And we need to put that oil in to start the process of our gravy. Okay? And the next thing that you need to grab, excuse me, I'm grabbing over the camera, is we need to go in with our flour. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead. Our oil is nice and heated up. Put you some flour in there. How much, Gina? Just put you some in there, baby. Okay? And then if we need to go in later with more, we will. Okay? Turn your heat down to a low heat. Your pan is already hot. We want to cook the flavor of the flour out of this roux. Okay? If it makes any sense, we want that floury taste to be masked. Okay? So what you do and how you achieve that is you cook it. You cook it long enough to where it doesn't taste floury. You never want to have a gravy that tastes too like it's too floury. Okay? See how it's kind of thick here? I feel like I need just a little bit of oil just to thin it out a little bit. And we're going to do just that. Okay? What kind of oil am I using? I'm using vegetable oil. All right? If you wanted to use canola oil, you absolutely can. If you wanted to use coconut oil, all right? Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. Okay? If you wanted to use olive oil, you can. All right? So just make sure that you have every single lump out of this roux. This is the beginning of your roux. This is the beginning of every gravy that you make. Okay? And I want you all to cook that. Cook the flour taste out of it long enough before you put your liquid in. Because if we put our liquid in right now, what you're going to come out with is a gravy. Absolutely, you'll have a gravy, but it's going to taste like flour. And we don't want that. Okay? So you cook it long enough before you put any liquids in. Okay? And what our liquids are going to be today will be milk and heavy cream. Okay? And then I might set this off with like a half a teaspoon of butter. What the butter does is it kind of rounds the sauce off a little bit and makes it nice and glossy, and it actually gives it a really good taste as well. Okay? So I'm just using my whisk here. Absolutely. Just stir that baby. And meanwhile, over here, I have my sausage in a bowl. And before I put the sausage into the gravy, I'm going to go in. If I see any big chunks, I'm going to just do like this, just to try to get them nice and small. Okay? It sounds beautiful outside. I can see where they have airplanes outside and all of the birds chirping. Sorry everyone, someone was at my door. Hey, honestly, it never fails. When I'm making some good food here, they always knock at that door right on time. Oh, but what I was saying is the birds are chirping. It's nice, beautiful, and sunny outside. It is chilly out, but I just love to open up my kitchen window and hear the sounds and smell the fresh air. I really do. Even if it's cold outside, I love to hear the birds and the helicopters and the airplanes. And I love the fresh smell. Now, I just have my window open about this much, but that's just enough to get a nice little breeze. You can still hear the birds chirping. You can still get that fresh air smell. I don't know about you all, but that's what I love. Okay, so right now, my roux has started to get a blonde color. And I know for a true fact, that flour is cooked out. Now watch me, guys. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to peek in at my biscuits. And my biscuits are looking awesome. They're not done, but they're almost done. This is heavy cream that I'm going in with, okay? And then heavy whipping cream. All right, put you some in, and then let's mix it up. Then let's go in with some milk as well. And once you put your liquid in, you stir frequently so that you don't have any lumps. We don't want any lumps in this gravy. Anytime you make a gravy, you keep stirring consistently until you have no lumps. Okay, so here's what it's looking like right now. Only lumps that we want in this gravy is going to be that sausage. So let's put you some more heavy cream in there. Ooh, this is going to be nice and rich. When I'm making sausage gravy, I love to use the heavy whipping cream because it makes it so nice, beautiful, and rich. Trust me when I tell you this, guys. You hear me? Hoo-wee. Oh, yeah. Man, oh, man, look at this. It's getting nice and thick. Now, what you're able to do is you're able to control exactly how thick or how thin this is. Always start out with a little bit. When you start out with a little bit of liquid, you can control it because you can always add to. But if you start off putting too much, you can't take away. Okay, so that's my trick to making the gravy. And you make it the consistency that you would like for it to be, okay? You all know what gravy should look like, right? You make it as thick as you want because you're able to. If you want it much thicker, you put less liquid. If you want it thinner, then you thin it out with your liquid. Okay? I've put the whole bottle of my heavy whipping cream. And then I'm going to need to go in with some more milk. I have vitamin D milk here, and I'm just putting some into my measuring cup. And then we're going to put some milk in. Keep that on we're going to turn this up to a medium heat, stirring consistently. Okay? You want to keep stirring because you don't want anything to burn. Okay? Now what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to start seasoning your beautiful gravy. Okay? So, let's go in with some sea salt. When you're using sea salt, be careful, just a little bit. A little is all you need. That's good, that's perfect. You want to put a nice amount of cracked black pepper in there. Anytime you're making a white sauce or white gravy, put you some black pepper in there. Make sure you have enough. All right? You always want to be able to taste those pepper flakes. Absolutely. Just like so. I love to put garlic powder in my white gravy. How much? Just put you some in there, guys. Just like that. All right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a taste. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix this up and I'm going to give it a taste. And what I'm tasting for is I want to see if I need that chicken powder. If I feel like it needs it, then I'll put some in. But if I don't, then this is our gravy. Okay? Let's give it a taste. I don't know why I'm using the fork, but the fork will do. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yes. Okay, that makes me happy. Ooh, that makes me happy. Okay, I do feel like it needs some chicken powder. So we're going to go ahead and put some in. Looks like I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons in, and then we'll taste it after that. Now, not to forget, don't forget that we're putting our sausage back in, and that sausage will give this gravy so much flavor. Okay, my biscuits are smelling beautiful, and they're almost done. Okay, let me taste this. Okay, everyone, our beautiful biscuits are out the oven, and they're nice and golden brown. All right, let's take a peek in over here at our gravy. Our gravy is beautiful. I tasted it again, and I felt like it needed just a little bit more chicken powder, and I put that in there as well. Okay, now let's give this a taste. If I'm happy with the taste, Oh, I'm happy. Let's go ahead and put that beautiful sausage right back in. Imagine all of the flavor that's going into this gravy right now. Put that little bit of oil in there as well. That's all flavor, guys. This recipe right here is so easy. You hear me? You can get the kids in the kitchen to make this with you. Absolutely you can. Nothing about this recipe is hard. Everything that I make, and I know I say it a lot, guys, but I'm so serious. Everything that I make in this kitchen is so easy, so much fun, and yet it tastes so good. You hear me? All right, we're going to let this meat heat back up for another 7 to 10 minutes. And then our gravy is done. We're going to pour this beautiful gravy right on top of our buttermilk biscuits. I'm going to let you all know what it tastes like. Be back. Okay, everybody, remember I told you I'm going to put a tad bit of butter in there? I'm going to do just that right now. Okay? Our sausage is starting to heat up. And over here, on the other side of the stove, I'm going to scramble up some eggs really quickly, because you cannot have sausage biscuits and gravy without some type of egg. And I'm going to do just that. Let's get a good picture down on this gravy, guys. Check out this gravy here. Let me know what you think. Is this not sausage gravy? My goodness, look at this. Ooh-wee. And it's nice and thick. When you make sausage gravy, it has to be thick because you want it to stand up on top of those beautiful biscuits. You don't want it to run over the biscuits. You want it to sit right on top of those biscuits. Look at this. Look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, everybody, let's make our plate. I have some simple, beautiful scrambled eggs on the side. Let's grab 2 nice biscuits. Look how beautiful they are. Oh my word, you see that? Let me scoot over this way, guys. Oh, okay. Just want to be able to cut these open. Just like so. And let me show you how steamy and beautiful they are on the inside. Whoo-wee, you see that? I don't know about you guys, but when I have sausage biscuits and gravy, I like to have 2 of these bad boys. I know. Look at this one. Beautiful. Let's put 2 right there. Oh yeah, baby. All right, just like so. Make this for your family and friends on the weekend. They will absolutely love it. And make sure you make it thick enough so it can stand up right on top of those biscuits. And you don't want it runny because it'll just run off and make your biscuits smushy. You want it to be nice and thick. And when it's thick, your biscuits won't get smushy. Oh yeah, that's the trick. There's a trick to it. Whoo, and look at that sausage. Like none other. You hear me? Hoo-wee. This right here is what I'm talking about, guys. Sausage gravy 101. Hey, if you never made this before, make you some. Absolutely. It's so easy. Where did I put my pepper? Let's put some pepper on here and let's give this a try. My word. Get a nice amount on there. I'm going to put a little bit of parsley flakes on my egg. Oh yeah, look at this. God bless this meal. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for feeding us today. Thank you for the roof over our head. Thank you for loving us, Jesus. Please forgive us for our sins and have mercy on us. Come into my heart and make you my Lord and Savior, Jesus. I need you in every area of my life. I cannot do anything in life without you. Thank you for being there for me every single day and loving me. Once again, I say amen and thank you for this food. Let's dig in, guys. All right, guys, let's dig in. Hoo-wee. Right away, I'm going directly right into this biscuits, sausage, and gravy. Give this a taste and let me know what you think. My goodness, look at that. Whoo! Woo-wee. I don't want to burn the daylights out of my mouth, but I'm ready to try this right now. I'm going in, guys. The gravy is magnificent. And so delectable. Hey, listen here. Any restaurant that you think you can go to and it's going to taste like this, guess what, baby? You're wrong, because when you make it homemade, it is so much better. Most likely when you go out to the restaurants, they have the mixture frozen and then they just heat it up. But making it homemade, whoo, you ain't tasted nothing yet until you had it homemade, guys. If you all enjoyed this video, hey, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And make sure you click on that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload one of these awesome recipes. And as always, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Good night. Taste that, guys. Taste that last bite right there. How about some of those eggs? Taste some of those beautiful eggs. My word. And then we got to taste that biscuit one more time before I sign out, guys. I love you all. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. Good night.